Hi guys, welcome back to GreyWolf TV. We are continuing on with our season 4 of the X-Files. We are almost at the end. This is the penultimate episode, episode 23. We're just going to go straight into it. Let's go. Oh, not seen that before. That's his mum and dad arguing. I thought they were out when this happened. Oh. Why are you covered in blood?
Hello?
Scully.
Mulder, what time is it?
I don't know.
It's almost 5 a.m. Is something wrong?
I think so.
Where are you?
Oh my god.
You're in shock.
Yeah. Oh, he's been drugged.
I woke up on the floor with a pounding headache.
Are you here alone?
I think so. Oh, what day is it?
It's Sunday. What's the last thing that you remember?
I was in my apartment. I talked to you on the phone.
It was Friday.
I've been here since Friday.
So you drove all the way up here and you don't remember?
Pack the bag. There's a change of clothes in there. You have to be examined by a neurologist. You have had a serious cerebral event. It could be a viral infection or possibly the early stages of encephalitis.
You're going to have to establish the time of events backwards. There's blood all over the steering wheel.
found in your room?
That's not my car.
There's blood on the steering wheel, Mulder.
Why do you have Amy's keys? Is something the matter?
Possibly.
We don't know.
Is Amy or David reachable in any way?
They're out right now. I don't know where they are.
Mulder, what's up?
I know this house.
How?
I don't know. I've seen it before.
I know it's out in Chepachet.
Where's that?
It's about 20 miles from here on Route 8.
Possible.
Been here, Mulder. I don't think it was any time recently. Mulder?
He's remembering more than he's ever remembered
Mulder,
before.
can you hear me?
But what the hell's going on?
What happened?
I don't know. It just hit me. I remember what I saw.
What do you mean, what you saw?
I had a very vivid flashback to my childhood.
Please tell me not. Oh, shite.
There's a gunshot wound to her heart.
Yeah, you've got to call it all in now. You can't not do.
You mean not without my attorney present?
Mulder, I refuse to believe that you had any part in this.
Me
I had
too.
those people's blood on my shirt, Scully. I was missing for 2 days. I have no recollection of my actions during those 2 days. There were 2 rounds discharged from my gun. I had the keys to this house, the keys to their car.
But you don't know anything about David or Amy Cassandra, the victims.
I don't ever remember meeting them, no.
So what you're saying then is, first time you saw them is when you walked into this house? Because I have evidence here that contradicts what it is you've told us.
Well, I haven't really told you anything.
You told us you haven't been to that house since your childhood. I would like to believe that this memory lapse was real and that you murdered these 2 people in some fit of blind insanity. Judging from the slugs we pulled from the floor and the wall, and the execution-style point-blank range. There are 2 blood types on that shirt, Agent Mulder. One matching Amy Cassandra's, the other matching David Cassandra's.
Oh, well.
Is that your shirt, Agent Mulder?
Yes.
Yeah.
You explain to me how the blood of 2 people you claim not to know got onto your shirt. You have the right to remain silent. You give up the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
He's in shit here. I mean, at this point, the only thing, if we know Mulder's innocent, that none of this police force are going to believe, because it's outlandish, is you were drugged. You were brought here. You were taken in that house. Someone else took your service weapon, shot the pair of them, made sure both of their blood was all over you, left the scene of the crime, put you back in your hotel room, drugged you, and left. That's the only thing that would match for it to not be him right now. Apart from anything else that's more X-File-y type or supernatural or conspiracy, or I have no idea. But at the moment, he looks Scully. Whether he remembers it or not, you know, I mean, I know a court would take that into account, but this is his life here.
The toxicology report on Amy Cassandra indicates that there was a rapid-acting anesthetic called ketamine in her system.
Ketamine?
Drugged.
That's a veterinary drug, isn't it?
Yeah, used on
Typically,
horses.
but when ingested by a person, it can cause hallucinations. There was a small bruise from an injection on Amy Cassandra's right hip. Now, I think that if you were examined again, that we would find a corresponding puncture.
You know, this is what annoys me about police. If they've got the smoking gun type case and the attitude of, well, it's your blood, it's your prints, it's your gun, they're dead, their blood's on you, you did it, case closed. They will not listen to anything further than that, even if there really is medical evidence that you've been drugged and possibly they've been drugged as well and taken there at the same time as you. They don't want to know. Scully's going to have to figure all of this out somehow.
The rest of the narrative is far too convenient and suspect. The drug in your system already suggests other explanations.
What, that I was partying with a few senior citizens?
And he's a frigging cop. Great. Yes?
I'm a doctor. Somebody call the paramedics.
What? That was so random. Oh, hellfire.
I need to speak with Detective Curtis right now.
His former partner had complained on a number of occasions about his tendency toward extreme irritability and confabulation of the truth.
How do you mean?
The man we're talking about had become something of a joke on the force.
Well, I think that it speaks to a pronounced mental illness.
Yeah.
The compulsive and repetitive act of removing his own image from these photos. Both your officer and Amy Cassandra had identical puncture wounds at the top of the frontal lobe. Now, in her autopsy, Amy Cassandra's was a deep puncture through the cranium to the dura mater, which leads me to believe that what we're dealing with here is not murder. It's something else. It's possibly even a suicide pact.
According to the corrections officer, Agent Mulder kept everybody awake last night. He was demanding to talk to you. He finally shut up about an hour ago.
I need to talk to him alone if you don't mind. Richard didn't get much sleep.
I didn't kill those people, Scully.
No,
I know
I didn't
that.
think he did.
And I think I've gathered enough proof and evidence of your innocence to get you out of here. In fact, Detective Curtis and his team have been able to put together enough contradictory evidence to make a statement to the press saying that the Cassandra's death was as a result of a murder-suicide. According to an article I read on Amy, she had begun psychiatric treatment that was effectively recovering her past.
Why shoot herself and her husband?
I can't say definitively.
What was I doing there, Scully, and why didn't I do anything to stop it?
Is this some form of hypnosis from a psychologist?
I've arranged for your arraignment in 1 hour.
Dr. Goldstein? My name is Fox Mulder. Have we met?
I don't believe so. Very upset to learn about Amy. She was a troubled woman who'd struggled through an unfortunate period of darkness in her life. Well, I use a method of therapy that simulates an electrical impulse in the brain using light and sound.
Do you use
Did
ketamine?
you also use this treatment on a police officer named Michael Frazikas?
Yes, why?
Yeah, you're responsible.
Are you familiar with Waxman-Geschwin syndrome, Dr.
Yeah, that.
Goldstein?
Yes.
Did you know that Amy Cassandra suffered from it?
But you had no idea. You had no indication that she might have taken her own life?
No. I have a very good ethical and professional reputation.
I know what you do. He administered the ketamine to Amy and to you. I think that you were treated by him, and I think that your blackouts, these seizures, are a result of that.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Oh, shit, here we go again.
Mulder! Mulder!
That's Cancer Man threatening his mum.
Whatever's happening to me, whatever treatment I've received is allowing me to go back into my unconscious. The truth is in there, recorded, and I've gotten access to it. You told me that when they took Samantha, it was because you had to make a choice, but that's not how it happened. It wasn't your choice to make.
No, maybe not.
You had some kind of relationship with him.
Who?
You know who. The man who worked with my father. The man who came to you that night when I was 12 and forced you to choose Samantha.
Is it
How
then?
dare you come here and accuse me?
Tell us the truth.
Is my father.
What you want? To kill him again? I am your mother. and I will not tolerate any more of your questions.
You treated me. I asked you to treat me to recover my past.
I did nothing wrong.
You put a hole in my head. Now I want you to finish the job.
What?
It's fine. It's fine.
Was he there when it happened? You're a fucking barbarian with this shit. Things Mulder will do to get the truth. Even with his own past.
Dr. Charles Goldstein? Dr. Goldstein, you're under arrest. Please keep your hands where they are. Where is he?
Open the back door. What did you do to him?
Talk.
Look, I know he came back here. This is the only place he would have gone. Did you treat him? Damn it, answer me!
Yes.
What was the last thing he said to you?
He said he was going to exorcise his demons.
That man in there is armed. He is a federal officer in dire need of medical attention. He is not himself. Now, I'm going
So
in there.
don't
If
shoot.
at any time he should flee that house, you need to tell your officers not to shoot.
I mean, from what we saw,
Mulder,
it
it's
looked
me.
like Cancer Man took her.
Scully, leave me alone. All falling into place.
Mulder, put down the gun.
Oh, don't try to stop me.
Please, Mulder. I'm afraid. Are you gonna shoot me, Mulder? You don't know that these memories are yours.
You don't.
This is not the way to the truth, Mulder. You've got to trust me.
Shut up!
Oh, please tell me you were firing at the ball. I was hoping that's what it was.
His seizures have subsided, with no evidence of permanent cerebral damage. But I'm concerned that this experience will have a lasting effect. Then I fear Agent Mulder may lose his course, and the truths he's seeking from his childhood will continue to evade him.
What a very unusual case. Okay, well, that was the penultimate episode of season 4. I had trouble trying to work out what the hell was going on with that until things slotted a bit more into place. This is the problem. Exactly what Scully's outlined there at the end is he's trying to find out into his past more than ever, because this thing has released, as far as he's concerned, latent memories that he suppressed, blocked, forgotten, whatever. And because of the way in which the procedure has been done, it could be just completely hallucinogenic and it not be the real memories, or it could be real, or it could be a bit of both. It could be, you know, the truth surrounded by lies, bits and pieces. We won't know. We're not going to get to know. But from what we saw of it, it appeared, you know, his mum's always said she had to make a choice. Was the choice something to do with why his sister was taken? And was the choice that it was his sister rather than him? We don't know. And we don't know whether we can rely on any of that at all. But I was not understanding what the hell was going on. The one thing I did get right, though, before we got into the episode, was the only thing that would make sense if it wasn't him, is something or someone has acted as a catalyst and a third person event to have him not remember why he was here, how he got here, what he's done while he was here, and the bodies, and it being his weapon, him covered in blood. The only thing it left remaining was either aliens, which didn't make any sense to any of this, or that he'd been drugged, and he had indeed been drugged. So it was a very good episode, because what they've done is they've tied in what appeared to just be Mulder in trouble with a couple of murders on his hands that he doesn't remember, and they've tied it in with his past. And as Scully said, it could be difficult for him to move forward and to go forward. Because his relentless, path of trying to find the truth is both personal and his ultimate goal of the job that he does in trying to reveal all of the stuff that's being hidden from the public, that's part of the conspiracy, and that there is something big coming and we still don't know what it is. We know they've been preparing for this for a long time, but of course these images can't be trusted. So there you go. Right, next episode is episode 24. I'm fully expecting, I haven't looked it up yet, but I'm expecting it to probably be part 1 of a 2-part episode, because they did like to do this a lot. They used to like to leave a 2-part episode on a cliffhanger at the end of a season and come back with part 2, because back when these was made, they tend to know whether they'd been commissioned for the following season, rather than if at some point they might have got cancelled and you get left on a cliffhanger and you never getting a resolution to it, which is kind of what would happen today. They tend to put 2-parters in the same season just in case they don't get renewed for another season. But it was a lot more stable. The networks and everything were a lot more stable back then, and they kind of knew from their viewing figures and everything whether another one's going to be commissioned. So, moving all that outside of what I've just said and waffled on for 5 minutes, we'll be back with the season finale of episode 24 in the next few days. I expect it to be a 2-part one. I don't know for sure, and I'm not going to look it up because I don't want any spoilers. So, I will see you for that very shortly. If you do want to watch this in full length, all you need to do is check the link in the description as always, and you can go watch it over on Patreon. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and hit the sub if you haven't already. I will see you for episode 24 next. Take care.